When I was 11, guys, I went and lived with my grandparents because my mom used to abuse me. Yes, she used to abuse me, and I just pack a bag one day and said I'm gonna go by my grandparents. And anyway, they took me in and everything, and I was there living with my grandparents and also my aunts. And then my grandmother got sick, and when she got sick now because she had arthritis and her joints start to make noise and stuff, and she and my grandfather break up after having 12 kids together because they had 12 daughters. And before my grandmother married to my grandfather, she had a son before. And sometimes I would go like upstairs and I would sit and speak with my grandmother and stuff, and take care of her in the mornings, take care of her in the evening, because at that time I was the only grandchild living at the house at that time. And afterwards, my grandfather, he just filed for divorce and he finds somebody younger and married to her, and they had 3 kids together. And then I start I start dating guys. You know that I start dating and stuff, and then I moved to Kingston now, and then I met my husband at age 24. So when we get married now, at 35-year old, and we have 2 kids. I have my 2 kids in my late 20s and stuff, and then he took our daughters, and then I come after. Said when I came to Canada now as a wife, and I was so happy, guys, wearing the ring and everything. And sometimes me and my husband get into arguments. We get into arguments like any married couple. Because I remember this guy was telling my husband, I was in the car. He's from Ghana, and he said he took his wife from Ghana and kids, and when she landed her feet in Canada, that woman changed. She changed so much. She started nagging him and everything. And he just filed for divorce. And I remember another Jamaican guy. Yeah, man. And he was telling my husband how he filed for his wife back in Jamaica and bring her to Canada. And they had 2 kids, and the kids are here in Canada. And he sent her to university and everything. And she becomes a registered nurse and everything. And land her dream job, when, yeah, land her dream job. And she start inviting her friends all home. Start inviting her friends over at any time, and sometimes she would tell her husband to go and stay in the basement, and tell him that he cannot make no noise in that basement. And I remember one time my husband, when he came here, and he met this girl, she was going through a rough patch. Yes. And before she come to Canada, she was a nurse back in Jamaica, and she did a refreshment course and everything. And him and her was living, and when she get her nursing job, she moved out. So sometimes I heard my husband talking about it. Sometimes I'm laughing. Yes, sometimes I'm laughing, guys. My husband said, imagine I took care of her, do everything for her when her family turned their backs on her in Canada, and I never get to have a night dinner out of her first pay. And I was laughing. Said I'm laughing, guys. Said sometimes when you help people when they hit rock bottom and when they climb out of that mud, they don't they change. That's why I said people have dark sides. Cause sometimes you meet someone, but you do not know their background, and you get involved with them, married and everything, and you want that you have kids together, and sometimes when they are tired of the marriage or the relationship, they start to nag you. They just want to go their separate ways, because I remember this content creator, and he met this young girl online, and he went to Jamaica, and he married her and bring her to America, and he does everything for her before she get a job, and when she get her job and stuff, and start making her money. She don't even want to contribute. She don't want to do anything in the house. She don't want to pay no bills and stuff. And then he found out that she had her ex in America, and she started cheating and she started to nag him. And then one evening he said he was in the house relaxing, and police come and knock on the door. She called cops on him because she want to go separate ways. People is like that. Once from people climb on you and build themselves, they don't know, they don't want to be with you anymore, because if you are not leveling up with them, they don't want you. Because I remember I was listening to my aunt. She came to Jamaica, and she said she met this cute barber guy and everything was going on well. She even get married to him. But guess what? The guy is lazy. My aunt said the guy would sleep all day. And she said she had enough. And she just filed for divorce. So sometimes when you have your partner and you're not leveling up with you, sometimes the marriage is not going to work. Because if you decide to level up with your partner, yes, because once from, especially the lady, she's making the bag, she changed so much. Because I am a woman, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. Once from she start to make that bag, she start looking down at you. She start taking you for a house boy. Said, men, when your wives are climbing, try to climb with them. Even my husband, yes, he's climbing. I want to toe to toe with him, yes, but I don't want to compete with him because he's the head of the household. And plenty ladies, especially when they move to these Western world countries, and they realize that it's a woman country, they start to defecate all over their husbands. Ladies, you must stop it. Stop it. Show your husband respect. And sometimes when the marriage gets sour, they want to take everything. And it hurts. Because when I came here, I come and see my husband with his house, every little thing for his comfort. And I would never try to screw my husband over, because I always want to have things for myself. Even before I came to Canada, I was working. I want to be that independent woman. But some women, they just sit down all day and everything just come to them. They don't bring nothing to the table. But when they're tired of their husband, they want to take everything. So that's why men, do not love too deep. Don't love too deep. Said, ladies, you have to treat your husband with respect. Sometimes they would gaslight you, I know. Sometimes men, they can be a little bit disrespectful at times, but sometimes we ladies, we love to nag our men. We love to like search their phones, getting jealous and stuff. But sometimes there are red flags in our marriage. So sometimes we have to secure our turf. Yes, guys, we have to secure our turf. We cannot make a next lady outside come and just take over our marriage. So sometimes we have to always look out for red flags, ladies. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Just have a wonderful day. Bye.